All right, everybody, as promised, I'm live at 6 o'clock. If y'all would please, somebody in the comments, let me know that you can hear me. I've got a new iPad, and I've had to hook everything up, and it's a little bit wider camera, as you can see, and I hope I got everything set up right. But if you would in the comments, please let me know that you can hear me. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We got a few people watching already. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And welcome to the Black Belt Hunting and Fishing Report. It is sponsored by Rayco Industrial, my employer. We're a general contractor. Get in touch with me, guys. Message me if you work at a paper mill, a sawmill, any industrial place, steel mill, anything. You think you use our services or want to actually meet me and talk some fishing and talk some work at the same time, hey, be sure to get a hold of me. I appreciate Rayco, my employer, for sponsoring the page. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I hope you can. Got a few people tuned in. We got a pretty good show. We're going to talk about our crappie cast camp that we had at Lake Eufaula. I'm going to talk about that lake a little bit, and we're going to go over, it looks like, some bass fishing. Some guys at Miller's Ferry. They had a pretty good tournament this past weekend down there. I think 17 pounds or something. We'll go over the stats of that and the way the 6-pounder in. I think sounds like the biggest sack this year. They haven't broke 20 pounds, but hey, they caught some big fish. But we'll just go into that right now. Why it's on my brain. There it is right there. Adam Cocker and Russ Seal. They had 5 fish that weighed 17.86 pounds. This is a stream bass. At 6 pounds. That's a pretty good fish, guys. Some good weights right there. Gray Smith and Corey Smith come in third, it looks like, but I got a picture of the winning fish also right here. Had a real good fish that won in that guy's right hand for sure. I'm glad Miller's Ferry put out some fish, but they have speaking of stream bass, let me get on my phone. I just shared it. They have one tournament left. It's sponsored by Town Country United Bank at Demopolis, a $10,000 guaranteed payout at Demopolis City Landing. That is Extreme Bass. They got their last tournament. That is June 22nd. That's a big payout, guys. That seems like a pretty good trail. Let's see while we're on bass fishing. I know Maddie has her this weekend. It's her second tournament of the summer series, Bridgeport Teen Trail. Maddie's got her second tournament right there. If you guys at Fish Miller's Ferry, the guys that done real well in that stream bass, I suggest you go down there and fish Maddie's tournament here. Like I said, June 8th, right there. There's I'll be sharing this again on the page. But seems like bass fishing may be picking up. We continue to get this rain, guys, and they keep moving the water. Hopefully the fishing gets a little better. But that's bass fishing that I know of. Bass fishermen don't share too much information, but you can just go by what people catch. And looks like they caught a good sack. Like I said, 17 pounds is a good sack anywhere. But we'll go into bass fishing. I don't know any current events. I know Joe Allen them's got the jug and open. I need to share that page. They've got it next weekend, the 15th. I'll be sharing it next week before. You can sign up for it. It's a second part of that 2-tournament series. It's a jug and open. I've shared it on this page, this Black Belt page. But again, guys, if you know anybody or may want to sponsor this show or anything, hey, let me know. We've got several sponsors for Crappie Cast. I've had people try it, and it worked well for them, and some that it didn't work well, but the only thing we can do is try it, and hopefully it gets you some business. And if it doesn't, hey, I'm still cool with everybody, but we'll just see how it goes. But if you think about sponsoring the Black Belt Hunting and Fishing Report or Crappie Cast Live, you let me know. That's what makes this thing tick. We make several posts about it and share it, and any current events you got going on. Hey, Tommy, how you doing, buddy? So let's see. That was the bass fishing stuff. Now we're getting to the sighting stuff. I'm going to share with you guys. There's a cooler full. There's a cooler full. There's a plate full. We had our crappie cast camp these fish at Lake Eufaula, guys, I don't know how many of you guys have been there. Lake Eufaula is a zoo as far as crappie is concerned. It is, you get in those creeks, guys, the standing timber, the brush piles, the amount of fish that there. There's no size limit because they share, the lake shares with Georgia. Georgia doesn't have a size limit, so there's plenty of fish to catch. Man, if you enjoy crappie fishing, you know, before long, like I was just talking to Eric on the phone, as long as we get some rain, guys, and they keep pulling water, they'll keep biting down there for a while. But that place, David Fels is tuning in. Appreciate David tuning in. That place is a zoo. Ashley's tuned in. Me and her and Neil had a blast Sunday. You know, we didn't fish past 10, 11 o'clock any day. Had our limit, seen plenty of fish. Plenty of fish to be caught. Lake Eufaula is crazy, the amount of crappie that's there. I know it's still considered in the black belt to me. It's South Alabama. It's still in Alabama. Miller's Ferry, you know, a lot of people from here, Camden, Monroeville, Pine Hill, everybody's from down there. You go, Dave. That's exactly right. Dave was down there with us, him and Derek. Lake Eufaula is loaded. If you get the opportunity, go down there. I suggest you run in the main channel of the river. You'll be safe, but you ease in those creeks and start side scanning. If you have live scope, great. If you don't, you can use side scanning marker buoys and catch all the fish you want. No need to crowd up. There's plenty of fish there, but I'll tell you, that lake is something else. So we'll talk about it more tomorrow night. We'll go into detail about it. But I'm planning on getting some hog hunters on here, guys. There's a lot of guys that's having a lot of success shooting hogs at night with infrared and night vision stuff. And hey, they're taking out a bunch of hogs that damage a bunch of crops and damage people's fields. And I'm gonna get some guys on here that do it and kind of talk about it and how they got into it and what it takes to do it. And these people that are interested in doing, you know, hunting hogs at night, we're gonna get them on here. We'll get some people talking about planting for deer. People are starting to feed right now, starting to put out minerals, salt, and you know, a lot of people's already planted in May. Their summer crops. We're going to get into that and what people plant in the fall, what people have some good success with as far as planting food plots and stuff. We're going to get a little more of the hunting in. We got the deer show coming up in July. I'll be sharing some of that. I don't know what exactly date it is. It's coming. But we'll start easing a little hunting stuff in here to make this show just a little bit longer. But right now I'm studying crappies because man, we just caught so many fish down there at Eufaula. It was, I mean, John and I went Friday and we caught our 60 before 9 o'clock, and I videoed for 50 minutes. So that tells you that I didn't fish much. And then Greg and Rodney had their 60, and then me and John, John caught 30 the day before. So we had 177 we cleaned Friday. And that's what we fed everybody with. That's a good thing about it, fellowship, cooking fish, enjoying people's, you know, company and having a great time. But we cleaned 177 Friday, and believe me, I promise you, we did not put a dent in those fish. Neil and I went out and caught our 60 Saturday, and Neil and Sunday, Neil and Ashley and I went out there and caught plenty of fish. We were done, went to Lake Point Lodge, ate a fine meal, and got on the road. Just a great weekend. If you get a chance to go Eufaula, hey, please do. I know Miller's Fair has been kind of iffy. I talked to Randall Sims, and he told me that they caught some fish, which is hopefully I'm going to try to fish at some next week in the evenings while I'm down there visiting customers. Try to go a little bit where I can tell you a little bit more detail what they're doing, what they're not doing. But I'm ready for Miller's Ferry to make a comeback and show up, and these fish get set up. As the thermocline gets set in the water, a lot of people don't know what a thermocline is. I will kind of explain it in a nutshell. The river doesn't get as bad as some of these lakes, but when they don't pull the water out, you get a thermocline to the bottom of the water column, like say right here on your screen, it looks like snow. And that's particles and dead matter. Don't have a lot of oxygen for those fish. Those fish like to stay above the thermocline. They'll dip in it and come back, but started to see a little bit of it at Lake Talcon down in Florida a couple weeks ago. But pay attention to that thermocline. If it's 8 foot, hey, no, you're not going to be looking below 8 foot in certain sloughs. You might on the main river because the water's moving. But we'll try to go on. We'll talk about some more in crappie cast tomorrow night about the thermocline and stuff. I don't want to get into a bunch of deep conversation, on this show. But hey, if you got some questions, ask me or message me, text me, or whatever. Again, I want to thank Rayco Industrial for sponsoring this thing and letting this show keep on going as it grows. It just gives y'all a voice down in South Alabama, to put a spotlight on y'all's lakes, on your hunting, any event you got going on down there. Turkey shoots, church bake sales, it doesn't matter. I mean, I want to be able to share it. Let's see. I'll look up my phone and we'll talk about the weather. I always try to do about Camden because it's kind of centralized down in y'all's area. I say that every show. I'm going to look it up right here real quick. Normally I write it down, but I will look it up. There it is right there. We'll look at the weekend weather, and I'll tell you. I know everybody can look, but hey, I like to talk about it. Let's see. Saturday, high 92. It's going to be warm, guys. Partly cloudy. Winds light and variable. It's going to be hot, guys. Sunday, sunshine and clouds mix. A stray shower thunderstorm is possible. It's a 25% chance of rain. That's not much. High 91, winds 5 northwest 5 to 10 mile an hour. I'm looking to see if we're going to looks like we're going to get some rain tomorrow. Tomorrow, thunderstorms likely in the morning, then a chance of scattered thunderstorm in the afternoon. That rain right there may help the water stay moving. Hopefully that helps. You got to have some rain, guys. You don't want 3 or 4 weeks without rain on any river, lake, or anything, because it really slows the bite down and you get what we call dead water. But Trey Wade, yeah, I see Trey parked beside me in the parking lot. He sent me a picture. They got an ABT tournament coming up there. I think the 15th, June the 15th. Isn't that right, Trey? ABT is going to be there at Lake Eufaula. They had a kids' high school tournament there Friday and Saturday. I think 12 pounds was leading Friday, and then Saturday had 13. And then I heard Sunday, I was talking to a fella, and he told me that 25 pounds won Sunday. I can't remember ABA or some tournament trail at Eufaula, but the ABT, we're going there. Maybe we could get Trey on here next Wednesday and get him to talk about it. But like I said, this is not about just Miller's Ferry, even though a lot of people that watch this are there, but hey, anywhere in South Alabama, Eufaula, Lake Jackson, Miller's Ferry, Demopolis. I'm actually going to Demopolis this Friday. I'm going to go down there and maybe we'll be able to talk about it some this week. I've got a good customer of mine with Rayco Industrial. We're going to go Friday and see what we can do and hopefully give y'all a report. Trey Wade said that's our last one for the year. Then we have the championship at Lay in October. Good deal, Trey. They've been doing pretty good in those tournaments. We'll try to get him on here and talk about it, but let's see, man. There we go. Appreciate it, Thomas. He said they caught a good limit last Friday at Camden early. There you go. Thank you, Thomas. That's a good sign, man. Like I said, I talked to Randall Sims, and you're the second person that's told me maybe the fish are kind of getting to where they're supposed to be, where you can catch. I know June last year I caught a lot of fish. So hopefully I'll get there in the evenings next week when I'm down there visiting customers. I'll be able to skip down through there, late in the evening and try to catch some myself, Thomas. Appreciate that information. Let's see, make sure I ain't forgetting anything. I've shared the bass stuff. Like I said, Maddie's tournament, second series. I mentioned that earlier. June the 8th, that's the second tournament for Maddie. Trying to think. I don't think I missed anything. But again, guys, I'm going to bring some stuff about hog hunting on here. A lot of people do that this time of year. I met several people that do it. Somebody mentioned something about hog hunting in here. Bill Valentine said, I've got a lease in Lamison. I'm full of hogs. There you go. I may get a guy hooked up with you that I met at Pine Hill. He loves to kill those things. And, man, he's pretty efficient. He told me he's killed 141 this year on his lease, shooting them at night. So that's a lot of hogs. So let's get together, Bill, and message me if you don't mind somebody, helping you with that, because I'll sure hook you up with him. Because I know they're a nuisance, and you start feeding deer, and then you start feeding hogs, and you can't keep up with it. So, Alligator season, I think it's yet 2 days ago the registration started for it. Good luck to everybody. Hope you'll win hopefully somebody y'all get your alligator tags. I've seen plenty of alligators at Eufaula. Good Lord. We were sitting there enjoying a drink on the patio Saturday evening, and man, we seen a dozen alligators just cruising through the slough. Just places full of them. Scott Dees is on here. He said the river jumped at Coffeeville was on fire before the rain. Yeah, I think maybe they've been catching them all down the Tom Bigby down there for a while. And it's real susceptible because they take all the water up here and push it down there where it's flat, and the river jumps up. So Scott Dees, a good buddy of mine, him and Derek, they've been catching a ton of fish down there. It's just, guys, I try to share on this black belt hunting fishing report. If people are catching fish, that gives you, an idea. Say, I may want to go try it, or I don't know much about it. The good thing about that river system, guys, there's not a lot of stuff to cover. So if you can find a pattern, root balls, treetops, it's just stuff like that. It's patternable. So when the water's normal, of course, it's up. But get down there and spend your little time and catch them. Adam Cocker said, what's the river going to do at Miller's Ferry this weekend? We're going to get some rain tomorrow, Adam, but I don't think it's going to make the river. I went by Tuesday. I went to Pine Hill and visited some customers and came by it on my way home, and it still looked good color, but they ought to start getting on some stumps, Adam. I'm hearing that a few whitefish are on some standing timber. Some blackfish are starting to get in some brush piles in these creeks. 7 to 13 foot of water, somewhere around in there, Adam. I'll be able to go next week and tell you exactly what's going on, and I can give you a great, honest report. Me and Charles Franklin went down there one evening the other day, and we caught 15 fish and caught 6 keepers. But it's about to get, usually about the second week of June, Adam, the fish get to where they're going to be. The thermocline's setting in. The water's done got 85 degrees plus. And people don't understand, this time of year, if you get some rain and cool that water down, it takes those fish a little bit to get acclimated. They'll move, and they will start setting up when the water warms. You want the water consistently warm. And the more consistent, everything is, the better crappie bite, Adam. Your water temperature, your water color, everything needs to be consistent, and those fish set up and you can catch them. But your chartreuse and whites, your black and chartreuse are real good this time of year. But don't bypass the stump, Adam. If you have live scope and you don't see fish, still better cast at it, because a lot of them are inside that dip of the stumps, and you need to be casting at them. And sometimes I call it they will birth a big 2-pound crappie in a heartbeat. You got that stump and it's sitting like that, and you reel your jig over, next thing you know, 2-pound crappie shoots out of there. I've caught as many as 10 or 12 out of those stumps that you cannot see any fish moving on with live scope. So don't go past that. But just look at them. Go to your I'm not gonna say your pre-spawn places where they set up before they go to the bank. That's where those fish are gonna be. Like I said, 7, 12, 13 foot of water. I'm not going to say you're going to find schools and schools, but you'll consistently catch 2, 3, 4, 5 fish, move on, go to the next place, catch 3, 4, 5 fish. And hopefully, you can send me a picture, Adam, and tell me what's going on. But if you got any questions, Adam, you can message me if I can help you. Because I haven't been down there enough to really say, hey, man, you can go in this color, this area. But all your pre-spawn places are going to be there this month. June's a great month to catch fish. July gets a little slower, but hey, you just got to go. You don't never know. Like I said, Thomas said he caught a good limit last Friday, Camden early in the morning, so that's a good sign. Scott's been catching them down there, and we're going to Demopolis Friday. Mother's Day, Colby and I caught 100 fish, in Demopolis Mother's Day. Then the next time I went, it was a little slower, so hopefully it'll pick up. Like I said, any sponsors that want to sponsor this black belt hunting fishing report, hey, let me know. Right now, Rayco Industrial is the sponsor we have, and I appreciate him. He's also my employer. So, but we're just spreading some camaraderie and fishing, and try to help people. Hey, it's just somewhere to voice your opinion or ask questions, and just somewhere to talk about fishing. We all need a little get away from work and life in general. We can come over here and just talk about bass fishing, talk about catfish, or whatever you want to talk about. I'm sure long line jugging fit to come in and play as catfishing. I'm not a big jugger, but I know the people that do this time of year. They're getting ready for long lining. Like I said, you can get bait at Lofton's right there on the bypass right there in Camden. I go in there and buy stuff sometimes, and ice and stuff. I do business. When I'm in Camden, when I'm in Eufaula, I try to spend my money in those towns. People don't understand. These people that sponsor us, sponsor Crappie Cast, this is where I live, and I want people to call those people. You know, Power Breaks is one of my favorite sponsors that we have. Chad's really good to me. He's helped a lot of people out. Scott Dees is running them. A lot of people are running those breaks. They're a big addition to the way I fish. So they make a sidekick now for your power poles, your Raptors. Hey, don't knock it till you try it, guys. The better you can control your boat, the better you're going to catch fish. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, I try not to run these things over 20, 25 minutes, man, and try to keep everybody's attention and keep from trying to repeat myself. But if you get a chance to go to Lake Eufaula, please go. Good luck to everybody. Scott Dees is on his way to Logan Martin pre-fishing for the Alabama Crappie Trail State Championship. It's on Logan Martin. Good luck to Scott. I know him and Derek will do well. Just go find your fish, Scott, and good luck to you, man. You're going to have to wade through a bunch of small ones, I'm sure, but I appreciate Scott tuning in and everybody tuning in. Everybody's tuned in, and they tune in every week. I watch Crappie Cast Live, same people. But tune in to Crappie Cast Live tomorrow night. We're going to be going a little more detail about our Eufaula trip. If you get a chance, guys, go on Shane Jones Fishing and scroll down and watch the live that John and I done. It's about 50 minutes. I promise you it's worth it. John was spitting out all kinds of information. I was videoing him over his shoulder. If you want to understand a little bit, get a better understanding about a hummingbird down, side scan, live scope, hey, you need to watch that live. I wish I could have saved the video and put it on YouTube or something, but it's just on our live and got a bunch of views. It's got 8,000, 9,000 views. So get on there. Be sure to tune in to Crappie Cast tomorrow night, 7 p.m. live. We'll be back on here to do the Black Belt Hunting and Fishing Report. I'm going to see if Trey Way can come on here and do a little bit of talking about their tournament next weekend. I seen your comment, Michael. I'll message you, buddy, about going fishing. I promise you I will. But we'll try to get Trey on here and talk about the ABT at Lake Eufaula and see what he's doing. That's where Trey lives now. But I appreciate him coming on the show and stuff. We'll try to get him on here for a little bit if we can and talk about it. But good luck to everybody crappie fishing. Everybody be safe. Like I said, it looks like a pretty weekend. It's going to be warm. Hey, drink water, wear sunscreen, get you an umbrella, whatever you got to do to get out there and catch some fish. But fishing doesn't stop for me. This is my time of year I like to get out there and catch fish and when they're not supposed to be biting, you know. Get out there and catch them. We'll be live next Wednesday. Appreciate all y'all. Thanks for Rayco. Yeah, that's exactly right. Thanks for Rayco Industrial for sponsoring. That's right, Chris. Angela and Chris, we enjoyed them this weekend. Chris is blessed to live right there at Lake Eufaula, and I'm telling you, it's so fun to look across there and see 4 or 5 of your buddies, just everybody's reeling in fish, and that's that kind of lake. I mean, Chris and them was right there by us. David Fels was right there. It's just fun. You don't have to crowd anybody, and the fishing's fun. You just want to go down there and catch you fill up your freezer and catch you some fish. Hey, go down there. But Lakes, hopefully I'll be able to get your report. Miller Ferry this coming week. So I'm going to Demopolis Friday. I'll be talking about that, I'm sure. But thank y'all for tuning in. Next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. live. We're going to go over some reports, and we'll see how Maddie and them's tournament Bridgeport Team Trail turned out. So hopefully they'll catch a 20-pound sack. And I'll be giving some more tips away as I can. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all very much. And we'll see y'all next Wednesday.